Hi, welcome to Create Your Own Life Experiences, a podcast where we dive deep into the art of manifestation and how you can consciously create a life that aligns with your highest vision. I am Dennis, and in today's episode, we are going to look at a crucial factor of manifestation. It is something that I don't hear a lot from other manifestation coaches. Other manifestation coaches don't talk a lot about it. But in this episode, I am going to open your eyes to this crucial factor. And this crucial factor that I'm referring to or talking about is time. Time plays a significant role in what you manifest at the end of the day. Let me repeat that again. Time plays a significant role in what you manifest at the end of the day. So we live in a world where instant gratification has become the norm. Like we want fast things, we have fast cars, fast food, fast days, and instant gratification has become the norm. But I want you to understand that the universe plays by a different rule. The universe does not play by the rule of human impatience. God or the universe does not care about your impatience. That being said, there is the timing for everything. Some people will refer to it as divine timing. Yes, whether divine or not divine, there is a timing for everything that happens. So if you are going to appreciate the art of manifestation, you have to make room for time. And in this episode, we are going to look at how time influences the outcomes of your life. Yeah, so we live in a world where instant gratification has become the norm. We want things fast and now without any delay. But the truth is that the universe does not operate on human impatience. And there is divine timing to everything. Understanding this can be the key to unlocking the desires of your heart. So, settle in and let's talk about the role of time in manifestation. How time can influence the outcome of your life experiences. So here's the fundamental truth about time. It is not your enemy. Time is your greatest ally. Time is the best ally that you can ever get in this art of manifestation. Now look around you in nature. Everything that happens around us takes time. When you plant a seed, it takes time to germinate, it takes time to come out, to receive the sun, it takes time to bear the fruits. Everything about us takes time. So then if you are desiring to manifest something in life and you are impatient or along the line you give up, what happens with most people is that, and that is one of the reasons why a lot of us, we don't get things done, is that along the line we give up or we shift from one focus to another. Because then this is how the whole thing is. Let's assume that the first thought that you generated to manifest something or to bring about something in this life, the first thought becomes the seed, or let me say, I will call it the seed. The original thought you had is the seed. Now, the more you pour energy into this and you give it time, this seed will grow and this seed will mature and come about or happen in the physical reality. But then if you plant the seed, you give it energy, you give it time to a point and you feel like because the growth does not match how you want it to be, so you decide to just push it aside and move to something else. What happens is that the thing will just die out. So for you to be able to master manifestation, you have to learn to work with time. Now, this is one of the reasons, I believe there may be other reasons, but this is one of the reasons why on this plane of existence or on this earth, things take time before they manifest. I have found myself in dreams, in other astral planes or in other dimensions where time moves differently. You think of something, then it happens. I think of myself, I've seen myself in dreams where I'll just think of going to a place, and the very moment the thought ends, I'll be at the place. Now, those dimensions and those realities or those realms operate differently from this earth or from this plane of existence. What makes it so is that this plane of existence is a dense place. What I mean by dense is that it is heavy. Energetically, it is heavy. So imagine you have this, you have honey and you have water, and you drop a steel ball in the honey and you drop a steel ball in the water. this is just an experiment you can do at home. You will notice that it will take time for the steel ball to move through the jar of honey than to move through the jar of water. So I can relate, or let me relate this plane of existence, this earth, to the jar of honey. Because it is dense, because it is heavy, everything that we do takes time to manifest. In other planes or in other dimensions, it's just an instant something. You think it happens, you desire to do this and it happens. You don't like it, you can change it and it happens. But this plane of existence is dense, so everything takes time. Manifestation works in the same way as nature works. There is a season of planting, there is a season of growth, and there is a season of harvesting. Now in manifestation, the season of planting is like every vision, every desire, every dream that you hold in your heart. Its season of planting is the very moment that you sow the thought, or you generate or had the thought of doing it. The moment that you had the intention of doing it, that becomes the planting phase of your dream. That becomes the planting phase of your desire. Now the growing phase is the time where you'll have to wait, or you have to make the necessary moves, or you have to take the necessary actions for things to move in your favor, or for the universe to arrange things to meet your desire. Now this stage is a bit tricky, and this is where most people can easily give up. But then this is where you have to trust God, or you have to trust the universe to supply all the necessary parts to your dream. So manifestation works in the same way as nature works. It has a planting season, it has the growth season, and it has the finished product season. Now every desire, every vision, every dream that you hold in your heart has its own season. Some dreams, it will take longer time for them to manifest. But I want you to understand that every dream, every vision, every desire that you want to bring forth into the physical plane of existence has its planting season, it has its growth season, and it has its final stage. There is a season of planting where you set your intention, visualize, and take the necessary or inspired action. So your dream to be or to build something physically, it has its planting season. That is why you have the intention and you visualize what you want to get and take the necessary or the inspired action to get what you desire. Then there comes the season of waiting, the season where you allow things, or you allow the universe or the energies around, or the forces or the force of universe to take charge and to make the necessary arrangement from the quantum field or from the spiritual field for it to manifest in the physical plane for you. And this is the tricky part, where a lot of us we give up, because sometimes it takes longer than we anticipated, or it is taking longer than we anticipated. So we feel like then we have to just throw in the towel and go and do something else. That is the waiting phase of the dream or the desire you want to manifest. Then finally, we have the season of harvest, where what you sowed, the intention, the energy you poured into it, the moves you made at the planting stage now becomes fruitful or materializes in the physical plane for you. The problem is that most of us, when we do the planting, we tend to give up so easily. Or this is what we normally do. We tend to shift in between lines. So let me clarify this point here. By what I mean, we tend to shift. Now, let me say in the first episode, we learned about the reticular activating system, where I said that your mind or your brain has the potential to focus on something, and when it focuses on it, it tends to materialize in the physical plane. So assuming you want to build this mobile phone, or you want to buy this mobile phone, and you focus on it, you visualize it, you sow the intention, then you make the necessary move, and it isn't happening. And along the line, maybe a month, or let me say a week or two into it, you just shift your focus from manifesting the phone to a different thing altogether. What happens is that now the energy that has to go into the ethereal plane or the quantum field, or energy that has to go into creating it, now that energy becomes cut off. And once the energy cut off, it means that what you desire to get at the end of the day It's not going to happen. We get frustrated. We doubt ourselves. The problem is that most people give up in the waiting phase. We sow self-doubt, we get frustrated, and to some extreme extent, we even sabotage our own manifestations by losing faith in what we asked for. But then here is the thing, being delayed does not necessarily mean that the universe or God has denied you of what you want to create at the end of the day. To master the art of manifestation, you should or you must become aligned with something that I have come to call as the 3 laws of time in manifestation. What are these 3 laws of time in manifestation? We have the law of readiness, we have the law of gestation, and we have the law of alignment. You should become aligned, or you should become familiar with these 3 laws of time in manifestation. Let's have an in-depth look at these 3 laws of time in manifestation. First of all, let's talk about the law, or let's learn about the law of readiness. You will not receive anything from the universe when you are not ready. So let's say you are there and you desire to manifest about $1 million, and you do not have that financial knowledge, financial understanding to handle the $1 million. When the universe presents you with that $1 million, believe me not, within a month or 2, you will squander all that money. It happens all around the world, especially with people who all of a sudden chance upon millions of dollars, maybe from lottery or from inheritance or from anywhere. Because they do not have that readiness, they haven't prepared themselves psychologically, they haven't prepared their minds to handle that amount of money. When that amount of money gets to them, they become poor and even more miserable than they were within the shortest possible time. You can go online and search about people who won millions of dollars in lottery, then within like a year or 2 or maximum 5 years, they squandered all the money and became even more poor. So when you present a desire to the universe to bring it into being, what you have to ask yourself is that, am I ready to receive what I am asking for? Am I ready to handle what I am desiring for from the universe or from God? Because then if you are not ready to handle it well, the chances are that when the universe gives to you, you will mess it up big time is high. So it is very important, it is very paramount that whatever you desire to bring about into the physical plane, you sit with yourself down and make that internal assessment that whether if you are ready to handle it should the universe give it to you. The law of readiness plays an important role in the art of manifestation, because if you are not ready, it's just a waste of time to the universe. Now, the second law I'm going to talk to you about is the law of gestation. You see, the universe or God is smart and made it in such a way that every creation has a gestation period. Even our own planet Earth, before it was possible for it to host life, it went through its gestation period. Now, the gestation period is when, or the period where your creation takes its time to form, or takes its time to, or let me say, it is the period where your creation, your dream, your desire takes shape before it manifests physically for you. Now, let's take a baby. It takes about 9 months for a human baby to grow from the egg and sperm phase to a full baby phase before it gets born. So the time of the egg and sperm formation to the time that the child is born is in a way the gestation or gestation period. Now, if you have a desire, you have a vision, and the vision is in the gestation period, and you abort too soon, you will disrupt your own creation. Remember that earlier on I said that some of us, the problem we have is that we are self-sabotagers. We sabotage our own self. We sabotage our own visions. We sabotage our own dreams. Now, if you find yourself in that category of people and whatever you desire to bring about physically, you keep sabotaging yourself, what happens is that you disrupt the process. Because the fact that you are not seeing movement, or the fact that in your physical plane it appears that nothing is happening, does not mean that in the energetic plane, or in the quantum field, or in the spiritual world, nothing is happening. So this is where you have to have faith in your own self, and to have faith in God, or to have faith in the universe, that your dreams, your desires, your aspiration, your visions will come to pass. So the most difficult part of this whole time, how time influences your manifestation, the most difficult aspect, or the most difficult part, is the period, or is the period of gestation, or where you have to make moves. Sometimes you make moves physically, and it appears that you are hitting a wall. You go to this direction, you are hitting a wall. You go to that direction, you are hitting a wall. That does not necessarily mean that spiritually also you are hitting a wall, because the dynamics of the spirit, or the dynamics of the energetic world, is different from the dynamics of the physical world. In the first episode, I shared with you how one day I sat in my room and I thought of the fact that it's been a long time since I had any money on the floor. And if at a point in that thought I doubted myself and I made excuses like, oh, these days things are difficult, it will be difficult for anybody to even drop any money on the floor for me to pick and all that. If I had brought in all those doubts and stuff, I wouldn't have materialized that 330 something cedar that I found on the floor. So the law of gestation, or the gestation period, is the most crucial part of the whole timing process. When you disrupt it too soon, you will cut off and sabotage your own creation. Now let's have a look at the law of alignment. The law of alignment. So to align means that, in simple English, to align means that to be in line with something. Sometimes I am there, and in my quiet moments I reflect on life and the experiences that I've had. I sometimes think of the universe, or God, working in such a way like how TikTok algorithm works. TikTok algorithm will only push videos to you that align with videos you have already interacted with. So let's say you open your app and a video pops up of somebody talking about any topic, and you watch for maybe 30 seconds, 1 minute, or even 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Now the algorithm running the app thinks that, okay, this person has interacted with this video for this number of times, or for this number of minutes. It means that this person is very much interested in these kinds of videos, or these kinds of content. So let me push these types, or these kinds of content, to this viewer, or to this user. That is how, in a way, the algorithm of the universe works. The universe will not respond to your desires. The universe only responds to your vibrations. You have placed a desire to God. You have gone to the mosque to pray. You have gone to church to pray. You have gone to your shrine to pray. And the vibration, or your state of being, does not match the request that you are giving to the universe. Forget it. It will never happen. Because you desire, you have gone to the universe, you have presented your request to the universe that I desire to manifest a car, and your state of being is in doubt that manifesting a car at your level, at your pay, is impossible. How do you expect the universe to present you the car? Because at the end of the day, you are self-doubting. Your state of being does not reflect, or does not go in line with the request that you have placed to the universe. So the law of alignment says that whatever you desire, whatever you present to God, make sure that your state of being, your vibration, your energy, your thought, your spirit, your soul, like everything about you, is in line with what you have requested for. Your desire can go through the period of gestation, but then if your alignment to your desire is off, there is that high likelihood that you will never get what you have presented to the universe. Or it is equally paramount that you align your state of being to the desire that you have. So what I mean by your state of being should align with what you have desired for, or with the request that you have given to God or to the universe, is that you must live do things, act as if you already have what you are desiring for. All your movement, all your actions, all your desire, all your thoughts, everything about you must be as if you have already gotten what you have asked for from God or the universe. This is what I mean by aligning your state with what you have desired for. Because then if you have desired for something and your thoughts, your way of life, how you act, the movements that you do within the day is directly opposite to what you have asked for, it is just a counterproductive request that you have put to the universe. Nothing will work out for you, because when the universe is trying to give you what you have asked for, your ways of living, your actions, your thought, your the way you do your things counteract. Because if the universe is coming in with positive and you are coming in with negative, you cancel your desire out. It is very important that you learn how to align yourself with what you have asked for. In the Bible, I'm just paraphrasing, Jesus said that when you have come to God to ask for something, believe that you have it. He didn't say that believe that you are going to have it, but believe that you already have it. In essence, Jesus was trying to tell them, or was trying to tell us now, that align yourself that you already have what you have asked for. In essence, we already have what we asked for. Even before we ask for, we already have it. Because that is all there is in the universe. Every aspect of our life, everything that will ever be and not be, already exists. So in the quantum field, we have infinite potential. And everything that you can think of bringing into being already exists. So all that you have to do is you connect yourself to that frequency and draw it to you. Now, the ultimate question is, how can you work with time and not against time? Yes, how can you work with time and not against it? Because earlier on I told you that time plays an important role in what we manifest at the end of the day, or what we create at the end of the day. So how can we work with time? You need to surrender and let go. You need to let go of any control. The problem most of us face is that we tend to have specific time that we want things to happen in our life. Yes, it's not bad to have specific time that I want to build a house by age of 30. I want to build this car or buy this car at this age. There's nothing wrong with that. But then you need to let go of the timing. All that you have to do from your end is to focus on your why you need, or why you desire to manifest what you want to manifest. Then let go and let the universe take over. You see, earlier on I shared my experience where I desire to manifest, or I desire to find some amount of, or let me say, some money on the ground or on the floor, and I didn't put any specific dates as to when I wanted the thing to manifest. But then the universe, in its own wisdom, made the necessary arrangement, made the necessary connection. By the time that I realized, I had experienced what I desired to experience. So how you can work with time and not against time is that you need to let go. You need to let go of the control of the time of when you want things to happen. You need to let go. Free yourself of that. I want this to happen within this number of years, within that number of years, and all that. It's important though, but don't focus too much on it. Because one, you have to understand that the universe is more wiser than you, and the universe knows when to bring certain things that you have desired your way. That is one way you can work with time. Then the second way that you can work with time instead of against it is that you have to live in the present moment. A lot of us also, when we desire something, we desire to manifest something, what we focus on is more often is the future of the thing that we are asking for. But then I want you to understand that all that there is now, or the present moment. What you are perceiving as future does not exist in the quantum field of probability. What we perceive as past does not exist in the quantum field of probability. All that exists is now, at the present moment. So what you have to do is that learn to live in the present moment. You've made a wish to whatever you believe in, but then learn to live in the moment and learn to perceive the thing as if you already have it. Assuming I want to get married, assuming I were to be single, and I see myself that I am ready to get married, but I don't have any girl, and I want to, bring about that creation or bring about that manifestation. What I have to do is that I have to see myself in the present moment, having what I am looking for. I don't have to see myself in the future moment. So to work with time, learn to live in the present moment. The future does not exist. What exists is the present moment, the now moment that we have. That is what exists. So whatever you have desired to work with time, see yourself as if you have the thing at the present moment, not in a future moment. Because the moment you program yourself that you will have it in a future moment, what you are desiring to may never happen. Yes, learn to live in the present moment. And the third point that you can consider when you want to work with time is that you have to trust the universe or God and the signs and synchronicities of it. You know, sometimes when the desire comes out of you, out of your mind, out of your heart, and it goes as an energy release and it goes out to the universe, what happens is that the universe, in its infinite wisdom, begin to rearrange things around you in your physical life. So sometimes you desire for something, then as the desire or the thought goes out, you have the idea that, oh, do this, or move in this direction, or call this person, or this or that. You see, when you are open enough to the universe, you will be very sensitive to some of these things about you. Sometimes it will be like you think of the thing, then you lift up your head to look at your clock on your wall, then you see maybe 222 or 111 or 333, random synchronized numbers. Out of the blue, you see them. Now, this is the universe message to you or urging to you that you are on the right path. So you will have to learn to trust God. Or I know some of us, we may have a bit of an issue trusting in unknown force or something that we cannot see. But then, like I said, if you are open enough, because sometimes the universe, whether you are open enough or not, will send some of these signs and some of these synchronicities your way. But then when you are not open enough and tuned to seeing them, you will never see them. Last year also, I wanted to do something, another example, and I thought of it after thinking about it for a couple of minutes, or let me say a couple of days later. I had the idea that, oh, call this person. Then I called this person. Then the person led me to this person. Then by the time that I realized what I wanted to bring about physically has occurred. So you need to be open enough to trust and to see the signs and synchronicities that the universe will send your way. So this is how come you can work with time instead of working against time. Now here's the biggest takeaway. Time is never your enemy. Time is never your enemy. And if you have desired for something from God or from the universe and it appears that it is delaying, know that perhaps the universe or God is preparing you for what you have to get at the end of the day. Because sometimes some things, before they can manifest physically for you, you need to be weighed. You have to be weighed to determine whether you can handle that blessing or you can lose that blessing. So whenever there is any delay, see it in a way as that God or the universe is giving you that chance to prepare yourself to receive whatsoever that you have desired. See any delay as a preparation period for you. So instead of sitting down and complaining and whining, see that delay as God preparing you, or you yourself preparing yourself to receive that blessing, or to receive that which you desire to manifest at the end of the day. Yeah, so if you've made it to this point, I want you to understand that the universe is not holding anything from you. For the Bible somewhere, it said that, I think in the Gospels, it said that for whatsoever you desire, when you pray, believe that you have received and you shall have it. You get it? So whatsoever you desire to manifest at the end of the day, when you have made the request known to God or to the universe, believe that you have it. So if there is any delay, the universe is not holding your blessings or your manifestations or your desires. Sometimes it is because you are not doing something right to attract what you have to attract. Yes, but whatever be the case, I want you to know that time is never your enemy. Thank you for tuning in to Create Your Own Life Experiences. If you found this episode valuable, or if you found value in this episode, I would want you to hit the like button, share with your friends who may need to hear this, so that together we can grow to manifest our best life. Cheers and see you in the next video. Until then, keep believing, keep creating, and keep trusting the process.